and affordable fees. In high definition, 19 Action News starts now. A monster storm ready to strike. Whoa! Devastating winds, flooding fears, power outages, and cancellations. 19 Action News, continuing team coverage on Frankenstorm, continues right now.
The conditions are changing minute by minute. We are waiting for Mayor Frank Jackson to update us on the situation here in Cleveland, and we'll bring that to you live.
And as bad as it may seem out there right now, the worst is yet to come. We have team coverage, including John Loftman checking to see what's left on store shelves, Denise Sorella live at First Injury Headquarters, and Ed Gallick with travel conditions in this wicked weather.
All right, live pictures on the East Coast now, and it is not pretty. Pieces of the Atlantic City boardwalk now strewn in the streets, rather. Roads are flooded. Hundreds of thousands of people along the East Coast have evacuated. Our Jeff Tanchek, our severe weather expert, is live with the latest as this storm gains force. Jeff?
Yep, and let me just say right off the bat here, guys, this is going to happen. Everything that we thought was going to happen is coming true here. The worst conditions will be tonight through tomorrow, not only here but also along the East Coast. We've had a wind-driven rain here all day long, and a couple things I want to point out. Everybody reporting rain here, but you see this yellow? That's some moderate rain, and I'm also watching this band of heavy rain that is coming in from the east, so this will hit Ashtabula County, Trumbull County here shortly. High wind warning is in effect for everybody through tomorrow. We also have some river flood warnings, Black River, Cuyahoga River, and Grand River, and also there's a lake shore flood warning. The winds are going to be so strong that we're actually looking for water to perhaps push on shore from these strong winds. Low 40s right now. This is going to remain all rain throughout the area. My forecast tonight, rain all night, high winds. We're going to really get into the details on this now, exactly when the strongest winds will be and the heaviest rain. We've already picked up over 2 inches of rain, and we have possibly a couple more inches to come. There you see temperatures holding steady here in the low 40s. We are getting ready right now for the worst. I want to continue our team coverage now with meteorologist John Loftman on the west side. John.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm going to put the phone down here, and I'm going to tell you that at Home Depot and places all around, signs like this are going up. The generator sales in this area, boy, if you own a generator and you have it for sale, you are going to be in good shape. And these two flashlights at Home Depot are selling like hotcakes. They're even brought out the Christmas flashlights. But there's more. The center aisle is full of things that you can use to deal with this situation with these high winds and the heavy rain that's coming down. Cord for maybe the sump pump that you need. Yeah, here are the sump pumps, here and here. A couple of different varieties. Of course, if the basement becomes flooded, you're going to need one of these if you don't have one already. Drain tile, here, more sump pumps. Here we have hoses. Don't know what that's all about, but they've got them in the center aisle. The Husky plastic covering. This visqueen is used over windows that may get blown out, and when you get 70-mile-an-hour winds, that occurs. And right behind us, one more thing, George, our cameraman, the blue tarps. These go on rooftops, and we've seen them covering rooftops that have been ripped off by high winds. All of this in preparation for this superstorm that is coming our way. We're going to be dealing with that, and we're going to be keeping you updated. Even if you lose power, you know, you can get the information on your cell phone. Download our free app, and you can find out the latest on this superstorm as we make our way through. Next time, some safety tips. There's some things that are going to be causing problems. I'll talk about those coming up in the next segment. For now, I'm meteorologist John Loftman, 19 Action News.
All right, John just mentioned it. If you don't already have that free First Alert weather app, get it. Now's the time. Download it. It is free. Get live radar and maps delivered right to the palm of your hand, your smartphone, or your iPad.
This Frankenstorm is bringing powerful 90-mile-an-hour winds with it. It will impact more than 15 million people, including New Yorkers. The city of New York ordered a mandatory evacuation for about 375,000 people in low-lying areas. The Holland Tunnel, the Hugh Carey Tunnel, closed at 2. Also, everyone's keeping an eye on those skyscrapers, that signature Manhattan skyline. They could sway dramatically in these powerful winds. Here in Northeast Ohio, we're already seeing some power outages. Dan DeRose is at the big board with that part of the story. Dan.
David, I've got to hand it to some of the crews with First Energy, Ohio Edison, and the Illuminating Company, because I've been watching these power outages all afternoon, and as soon as we see a spot, a trouble spot that pops up, like I can click here in Cuyahoga County earlier, South Euclid and Euclid had some power outages, so this number was up around 1,000. It's currently Wells. We just saw it change. Now we're seeing in Lorain County. You just saw it go yellow, up to now almost 1,500 people without power. Now, the reason I like this map, again, this is a power company that owns a lot of other power companies in the area. I can go over here to Philadelphia area, just south of New York. Take a look at this. 78,000 people already, and it hasn't made landfall yet. 78,000 people without power, and this is what will be coming our direction. So as the power outages become increasingly across the east, we know it's coming to us. This is going to get bad. I hope you have flashlights. I hope you have a way to keep some food cold and some water supplies, because we know it's coming, and there are going to be massive power outages, especially late tonight into tomorrow. From the big board, Dan DeRose, 19 Action News.
Dan, and for those of you with power, there is still a big chance that it may go out tonight. Denise Sorella is live at 4 now with how the crews are preparing for that.
Denise, look behind me and you'll have a rare look at First Energy's Nerve Central basically right now. This is their emergency operations center where you see a lot of the support staff here is talking to people out in the field, getting them ready for what could be a very, very long night here. We do know that right now, First Energy's customers in New York, there's 190,000 of them without power, and that's only expected to get worse.
So the scenario is going to play out like this. Hazard responder found. There was a partially uprooted tree. It's leaning badly against the pole.
You're watching an important training for those on the front lines at First Energy. These are the people who will be answering the phones from those calling to report power lines that are down or need to be repaired. In fact, all hands are on deck here at First Energy, where thousands of their 6 million customers across close to a half dozen states could be without power over the next several hours, and for some, over the next several days.
We have people trying to secure additional crews from further west. Right now, over in New Jersey, we have crews from Ohio, Michigan, Iowa, Kentucky, Florida there to assist.
And back here live, if you look beyond me where you see all those screens back there, there's a lot of different information on the wall there about where the hardest hit areas are right now. And these guys will probably be here throughout the night. They've told me to tell you, if you do have a power outage, make sure you call First Energy, because sometimes they don't know you're without power. So in order to make sure that they get on top of it right away, definitely pick up the phone, make a call. We have created a link to First Energy's website where you find a lot of valuable information on our website. So go to 19actionnews.com to find out more ways that you can prepare yourself for the power outages that could be coming to us in the next 24 hours. Reporting live in Akron, Denise Sorella, 19 Action News.
19 Action News Total Traffic, sponsored by Ford.
Well, the afternoon rush has already begun out there. People are leaving the downtown area a little bit earlier. Roads are wet. Please be careful. This is 90 at Chester Avenue. You can see some of that heavy traffic goes from Dead Man's Curve all the way onto the Interbelt Bridge. Here's 71 at 480. Things moving pretty nicely. That southbound traffic, tail light slowly moving. Again, wet roads, especially bridges, ramps, overpasses. Take it extra slow. 77 and 480 in Independence. You can see very dark here. Headlights moving east toward the Valley View Bridge. The lens on that shot is wet. And if places do lose power, you're going to see flashing red lights. If you're at an intersection, treat it as a four-way stop. Here's the Interbelt Bridge right now. You can see heavy traffic here. It is moving. Again, get inside as soon as you can. Stay off the roads into the night. And if you do have to go out there, keep both hands on the steering wheel through that wind. Ed Gallett is outside right now on the roads. How does it look, Ed?
Yeah, the West Shoreway is sloppy, but traffic is moving. Within the hour, though, we expect a ban on very large vehicles like triple tractor trailers on the turnpike. In fact, you can see it with our live truck here. We are sending a signal back with our microwave dish, keeping that dish down because of the high winds. Road crews keeping an eye on lake waves splashing onto the shoreway. When all that water seeps onto driving lanes, crews have to close those lanes, maybe clean out drains and use plows to push the water away. The State Department of Transportation is getting all kinds of big trucks ready to haul away storm damage, maybe large trees. Crews even getting ready in case a bridge freezes and they have to salt it. We saw a little wind damage, but we checked. No plans as of mid-afternoon to restrict traffic on the 480 bridge due to high winds. But again, expect restrictions on the turnpike for double and triple trailers, even mobile homes and trailers towed by cars. Truckers know how dangerous it can be driving tractor trailers in high winds. So you can actually feel it like... Okay, well, that ban we mentioned on the turnpike should be in effect from 5 p.m. until 10 a.m. tomorrow at least. In the meantime, this high wind is raising concerns for emergency vehicles. That part of the story coming up on 19 Action News at 5. Reporting live at Gallup, 19 Action News.
So, how about flying? Well, maybe if you're headed